Alright, so here for example 2, it says we're going to find the side of a right triangle. So we're not going to have to solve all the sides of a triangle. We're just going to have to draw a little picture here and find the side of your triangle. So it says a ladder that's 16 feet long leans against the side of a house. Find the height, h, from the top of the ladder to the ground when the angle of elevation of the ladder is 74 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little house over here. My little house, my little house. And then you have, here's the roof. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. The roof. Sorry. Good song. We don't need no water. And I'll stop there. Okay, so we want to put a ladder up against here. So we're going to say, hello, ladder. Here's my ladder. And it says this is a 16-foot long ladder. So that means that this is 16. So we need to find the height h from the top of the ladder to the ground. So basically what we have is we're going to have this little triangle over here. It's going to go from here down over to here and then back up. So here's our triangle. We are going to find the height, which is h right here, when we have an angle of elevation. So angle of elevation, is that going to be this angle that's up here on the top of your triangle, or is it going to be this angle down here? Okay, time's up. It's going to be this angle down here. This is your angle of elevation. Now this is 74 degrees. So what we need to think about is, well, what sides do we have of our triangle if we want to use SOH CAH TOA? Okay, if we have our opposite and hypotenuse, from this angle we would say so. If we have our adjacent and hypotenuse, we would say cosine. If our opposite and adjacent, we would use the tangent. So from this angle down here, this is our angle of elevation, you have your opposite side and you have your hypotenuse. So we have the O part. That means we need to use sine. The sine of our angle, call x, is equal to the opposite over your hypotenuse. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the sine of 74 degrees, I say degree sign, so it must mean my calculator needs to be in degrees, equals the opposite side, which is a hypotenuse, over your adjacent, or over your hypotenuse, I can't even talk, really, the opposite side, which is your height, which I put in for h, and then the hypotenuse, which is 16. So we're going to have to solve this equation, which means we need to multiply both sides by 16, and make sure your calculator is in degrees. So you have 16 times the sine of 74 degrees. If you use the wrong function here, you are not going to get the correct answer. If you use sine, or if you use sine, you get the correct one. If you use tangent, cosine, not so correct. So we plug this into our calculator. We end up getting 15.38 feet. Voila. And that, my friends, is how you'd find how high up that ladder is, that 16-foot ladder. So 74 degree angle, my picture doesn't do it justice. That's a pretty steep angle that you'd be traveling up that ladder. Hopefully somebody else is holding it for you.